All right, you guys. So I'm super excited because we had such an amazing month last month. And I thought it would just be so awesome. I love just opening up at the beginning of the next month just to have everyone who promoted. And I know we couldn't have everyone on who promoted, and some people couldn't. So, but we are going to hear from a lot of people who promoted this month, all the way from, from executive all the way up to double diamond. So we are so excited just to have them on and just to fill us up and just to, give us some tips and tools and exactly how they did it. And so we're gonna get into, some good stuff. But I just wanted to, sorry guys, my phone keeps ringing. Hopefully it's nothing important. Okay. I just wanted to first start off with a prayer just because we do have so many people speaking tonight, and I just thought, just to kind of shake some of those nerves and just to ask, just the Lord to give us some good words to use. So I just wanted to pray really quick if you guys want to. If not, that's totally fine. So, dear Lord, we come together tonight to learn and fill each other up. We come together as a team. We pray you guide each of us as we have the words to bring light and value to others tonight. Please bless this team and everyone who's a part of it, and let those nerves be gone. Amen. All right, my friends. Okay, so this is not going to go in any order. Like I said, we have, people who promoted to executive all the way up to double diamond, but we are going to have Alyssa go first because she has to get going. It's her hubby's birthday, and so she's going to talk first tonight. Alyssa, let me just pull up my questions really quick. Okay, and so those of you guys who are new to Zoom, if you're like, okay, I have no idea how this works, there's a chat button down below, and you guys can ask questions in there, okay? And at the very end, we'll try to ask them. Or, and I have some also rock stars and leaders on this team who can kind of answer in the chat as well. But we will start with Alyssa. I'm going to find you on here so I can highlight you. Oh, there you are. Hi, Alyssa. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay. I'm super excited just to learn from you also because you are just amazing. So, and I'm excited for everyone to hear from you. So we just want to know, okay, who you are. Obviously, you're Alyssa, where you're from, and how long you've been doing this business for.
I am from California, like San Diego County, and I have been in the business since the middle of July this year, so about, 4.5 months so far.
Awesome. Okay, and then, so just tell us, because you've been in this for 4.5 months or so, so what has It Works done for you? Like, it's been such a short amount of time, but obviously this business is so powerful where, it can impact our lives, drastically in just a short amount of time. So what has this business done for you?
Definitely. Well, honestly, before this, I felt kind of stuck with what I was doing. I was nannying 2 other little girls along with my 2 boys. So there was 4 kids under 4, and that is hard. Most power to all the moms who have 4 kids, because it is insane. Like I had them for 60 hours a week, they were here more than they were at their own house. And I wasn't getting paid half enough as I should for all the work I was doing. And I just felt stuck. I felt like I had to keep doing it because I had no other options. And It Works. I said no multiple times to Rachel when she offered me, and she kept bugging me about it to join. She's like, "You're going to be great. Just do it." And I'm like, no, I can't. And finally I joined and I did it, and it's been a blessing to say the least. Like, so many different amazing things have happened, and it's kind of taken a lot of the burden off my husband. He worked so much, like 60-hour weeks, working so much to try to bring in all this income, and now I'm able to bring in plenty of income to help us, and be able to save and do all this amazing stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's so amazing. I love that. Yeah, you had your affirmations and what you wanted on that board just behind you just a second ago.
Oh yeah,
I love that. So yeah, can you kind of walk us? I mean, you're so new into this business still, yet you promoted to diamond, and that is a huge accomplishment, and that's one of our leadership ranks. Can you talk to us a little bit about mindset and kind of like your mindset coming into this business? Were you just like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm diamond all of a sudden? Or like talk to us like, or were you kind of like hesitant? You know, talk to us about your mindset from when you started and then kind of as it progressively got, you know, to diamond.
Definitely started off hesitant, like I think everybody does. Failure is a scary thing, you know. Everyone's scared of failure, especially when you have a family and children and everybody depending on you, you know. So I definitely was scared because I don't want to fail, you know. I always want to be the best I could be and do the best. And I didn't know what to do, just like nobody, you know. Nobody knows what they're doing going into this. And I was, you know, nervous, scared, all excited. But I definitely did just tell myself, okay, if I'm going to finally say yes and do this, I'm just going to go all in and I'm going to do whatever, you know, Rachel and my upline say, whatever they help me to do, just listen, go all in and just give it my all. And I have done that. I have done that since I started. So I definitely think that's what's helped me get here. A lot of hard work and a lot of self-development. I didn't do it in the beginning. And that 100%, I can tell everybody and give everybody that one tip, that self-development is a game changer. If you don't do it, or if you don't do it every day, do it every day, you know, like even if it's 2 to 3 minutes, whatever it may be, definitely do that, because on the days that I'm too busy or if I'm, you know, running errands in the morning, I don't do it. I can definitely tell the difference in myself and in my business and how much I get done than from the days that I do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's so huge. So during, you know, your 4.5 months that you've been, what were some of like the things that like when you did get discouraged or when you do get discouraged, because I will tell you, like, we all do it. We're human and this is a business and it just happens. So what are the things that you do so that like when you do get discouraged, how do you get yourself out of that?
I vent to Rachel a lot when I do get discouraged. So I definitely think talking to your team or whoever it is, your support system. I talk to my husband about it a lot. He may not really understand all the terms I use and stuff, but he lets me talk about it, which is nice. But yeah, I definitely think talking to people about it, your support system or your team, has definitely helped me when I get discouraged. And we just help each other, bring each other up, you know, like reassure each other that we're meant to do this, you know, we're great. And of course, there's going to be those times when we get discouraged and we feel like we can't do anything, but that's when you have those people who help bring you back up.
Yeah.
Bring quality, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and if you can just give us like one tip, obviously self-development and mindset is so important, but what are some of the action tips that you would say got you to being diamond?
Action tips, definitely consistency. The core 4 that we have on our Facebook all the time, always writing things down. I always like to write things down in the morning, what I want to accomplish. And I don't know about you guys, but it feels good when you're able to mark something off your list for the day. You know, have like your list of 4 or 5 things you want to get done. And when you do one, it's like, oh, it feels so good being able to mark it off your list. So writing things down has definitely been one of my favorite things because it makes you feel accomplished. Definitely just be consistent, I think. Consistent in writing things down and all that good stuff.
I love that too. And I do that too. Like, and I always say, because, you know, I started this business when I worked as a full-time dental hygienist, but I would write my 6 list. That's what I call it, as a 6 list before I would go to bed. And that way I know, like, in the morning, okay, these are the things that I have to do. And it feels so good just to scratch it off.
It does. I don't know what it is. It's like an adrenaline or something. You're like, oh, I got it done. I got to move on to the next one.
Yeah, I accomplished that. And that like also led it to like where, okay, if it was like the end of the night and I still had a whole list to do, I'm like, well, shoot, I need to do my list.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so it just keeps you accountable also. And same like with a dream board, you know, it's so nice just to, you know, have your dreams up there, your goals and your wants. And then when you accomplish them, just scratch them off or take them off. And it's just such an amazing feeling. And if we do that daily, you know, it just I think helps keep us going. So I
agree.
love that. All right. Well, do you have any other tips or any other thing you want to say? I mean, you gave us some really good stuff.
I definitely wanted to say, just don't give up no matter what you think you can't do or how hard it is, or how far away your goal may seem. Something always happens. I swear, like Rachel and I had so many panic attacks. I'm sure she'll talk about it. The past week before we promoted, like, oh my God, we still have so much volume to get. Like, how are we going to do this? But we prayed and prayed, and we came through. Just don't give up. No matter how far your goal is, just don't give up. You can do it.
I love that too. And so what's your next goal?
Double diamond, of course.
Yeah. And hubby, diamond?
Yep. I want to get there by the end of the year. So I'll be double by conference.
Awesome. I know you'll do it. You are so amazing. Well, thank you for jumping on, even though it's your husband's birthday. Thank you for sharing some time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. See you later, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. So you guys, I hope that you guys have your pen and paper ready, because you guys, these are some good stuff. And just know, like Alyssa's been in this for 4.5 months. Okay. If you just started, just think if you were, like she said, she was coachable, right? She listened to Rachel. She was coachable and she is consistent. Okay. And then the other thing that she did is she is learning, and she's, fueling herself up and filling herself up every single day. And those things, you guys, just think if you did those things every day in 4.5 months, just think what that diamond paycheck would do for you. Think what that $2,000 extra a month would do for you and your family. And so you guys, these are all real people. That's why I love having everyone up, because it's like, these are real people accomplishing amazing things. So, okay. Does anyone want to go next, or I'm just going to go down my list? I'll just call you guys randomly. Okay. So we're going to have, if you do, just message me or say, yes, I do. Crystal, my friend Crystal, who's Ruby. Hi, Crystal. There you are. Okay.
I'm here.
Hi, my friend. Let me spell
Hello.
Okay. I am so excited for you to share with us, because you have such an amazing story. And you guys, Crystal, I have adopted Crystal. She's one of my babies. And I just love you to pieces. But you just have such an amazing story, and I feel like you can just help so many people. So can you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in this business, and what you just accomplished last month?
Yeah, so I've technically been with the business. February will make 3 years, but it wasn't until Amanda adopted me that I actually started taking my business seriously. Not long after I started, my entire team that was above me just totally fell off the face of the planet. So here I was for 1.5 years, just kind of doing my own thing, signing customers here and there, but never really having any sort of guidance. And Amanda adopted me and took me under her wing. And it wasn't until that point where I was like, wow, I should really be doing self-development. These are kind of the daily tasks that I have to do. And once I started doing that, my business just exploded. I hit executive, and then 60 days later, I went Ruby. And this month we're going for Emerald.
Yay! Yeah, and you were so close. Oh my gosh, I get goosebumps. And you were so close to Ruby last month. Or I'm sorry, in September. So
yes, close. I was off by 200 in volume.
Yeah,
that was it.
So close. So, and then, Ruby last month and Emerald this month. That is so amazing. Okay, you guys. So that's just proof, you guys, that first of all, consistency. First of all, you are so faithful and, this company. And so I just love that. And okay, so can you talk to us a little bit about, we obviously know your goals right now is Emerald. Can you talk to us a little bit about, being in this business for, 3 years, and then just kind of doing your own thing? Really, what kind of took you to, obviously you just said you and I coaching and working together, but really, what fire drove you? Because it has to be more than just me reaching out to you. What really drove you to being okay, this is it. I'm a total boss babe now,
Yeah. So really, for those who don't know my story, about 3 years ago, I got divorced and was broke poor. I couldn't pay my mortgage. It was rock bottom. And I used the last $100 I had on my credit card, and I joined the business. Thankfully, I made that $100 back so I could pay it on the credit card. And it wasn't until my hubby and I bought our house last year. It's our dream house. And I said, wow, I really want to be home more. And I I love my job, but I hate working as the hours I work. I'm gone 12 hours a day. I hate it. You know, we want to start a family and I'm not going to be home at all. And that was where I like woke up and I said, oh my God, I have this amazing opportunity right at my fingertips that I've just not taken full advantage of. And when I started to, it was like, you know, all of a sudden it was like, wow, we needed money. And there it was. It was like I was getting bonuses for, you know, helping my new DTs get their loyal customers. I was ranking up, and it was just like, that was my driving force, is like this, I want to be home. I hate being gone 12 hours a day. I hate only having 2 hours a day with Jim. Like, that's all we get. We come home at 6 o'clock and we try to be like in bed before 9, but we're off doing other things. So it's maybe 45 minutes that we sit on the couch and like have our, you know, couples time, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of like my aha, I can do this and bring myself home, and then bring Jim home too.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So can you talk to us about a little bit, things like when you do get discouraged, what are some things that you get yourself out of it? Because again, like we all get discouraged. So what are some things that you do to help yourself get, you know, not discouraged or get out of that funk?
So some people are probably going to laugh at me. One of the things I do is I will sit down and I'll have a good cry. Like I will just sit in my office, lock the door, and I will just have a good cry. Mm-hmm. Or I'll go to Jim, bawling my eyes on him, like, what's wrong? And be like, I'm so close and I can't get there yet. So, you know, I do have my days and I will just have that good cry. And then I go and I'm like, okay, where is my dream board? I need to remember why I'm doing this. I send a prayer up to God and I go find something that's self-development that's going to pick me up, or I'll even go find like one of those really nice, like catchy songs and just like try to turn my mood around and hit the ground running again.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I remember one of my close friends, that's what she said to me too. She was like, Amanda, like give yourself like 10 minutes, just like cry it out. Yep. And then she's like, remember why you're doing this business and then get to work. And I swear it happens all the time. And when I was going presidential, I think I was crying like, you know, just like the emotion and like, you know, it's just so much going on. And like Alyssa just said, like when you have something huge happening for you, it's like the devil is throwing everything at his way to like keep you, to try to like break you down. And so I remember I would just cry it out, but it's so crazy how you cry it out, you know, like you said, remember why you're doing this, pray, and then you're like, you know, crystal times 10, like, you know what I mean? Like you are just so pumped to ready to go to that next level. So I love that. Okay, so what are some of like your biggest tips if you have, you know, people who are in this and they're struggling, you know, maybe they just started or maybe they've been in this for a couple years or whatnot. What are some of your tips to help them get to executive or Ruby or that next level that they're trying to get to? Like what are some action tips or any of your tips? Yeah.
So some of my biggest tips are, you know, reach out to your upline. So now I actually have a team under me, and you know, I can see that some of them going through the exact same thing I did when I first started, where I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I've kind of put myself in the shoes of when I was new, what would I have wanted? So I'm there trying to back up my team. Like I will take time away from my business to help them. So that was kind of like one of my biggest tips, is to be a true leader. Also, you know, it's really, it all comes back to doing that whole self-development thing. You know, it's so important, even if your upline just ups and leaves the business. I mean, it's still your business to run, and you've just got to keep pouring into it and just, you know, run it on your own. Don't rely on anyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that so much. I was going to ask you one more thing. Oh, I was going to say, you guys, Crystal is like the busiest person you will probably ever meet. Like when she tells me her schedule, I'm like, holy smokes, my friend. Like she wakes up at like 4 o'clock in the morning?
I'm up at 3.
3. Okay, 3 o'clock in the morning, you guys. And she gets her stuff done. But you guys, the thing is no matter how busy we are, if we want this, like we will find a time to put it in. So she will put like, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, like in her nuggets of her day is when she's working her business. So you guys, honestly, we can all do this. It's just a matter of how bad do we want it, right? Like, how bad do we really want this?
Absolutely. Like, if I'm going to the bathroom, I'm working my business. So if people get random messages from me throughout the day, I'm most likely on a bathroom break, because that's like the 5 minutes that I have to just sit there and like either bang out a whole bunch of, hey, do you want to host a post for me messages, or send quick messages to people who have replied to stuff. Like, bathroom 5-minute break is like business time for me too.
Yeah, that's how it was when I was working full-time also. And I will just tell you one more thing before I let Crystal go. But Crystal's like a little hidden gem. Like, I had no idea that she was still in her business, because like she said, her upline was not my personally enrolled either, but I worked really close with her upline, which that team just completely just stopped working. And like life happened and all kinds of stuff. And so I just figured Crystal was with that, group. Well, I was doing my reports one day, and I'm like, a distributor here, a loyal customer here. I'm like, couple customers here. I'm like, holy smokes. So I reached out to her. I'm like, are you still working in this business? Because I am seeing enrollments from you. Like, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, I'm still working it. And sure enough, like every month, like running an auto shipment. So for my leaders and people who have your team underneath you, and just let you guys know, if you have one person underneath you, you are a leader. Like, you are leading that one person. So if you have 5 or 10, however many people, you guys are leaders. So anybody who has team underneath you, like, like look through your reports, like, don't let anyone get left behind, because it can happen. But if people are working this business, reach out to them and see how you can be that helping hand, even if you aren't that personally enrolled. So, all right, Crystal, well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing some goodness with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm just going to go down the line again, unless there's anybody else who wants to raise your hand if you want to go next. Okay, I'm just going to call on you guys then. I have you on my list, so you're not getting away from me. Okay, so Rachel Wilkins, where are you, my friend?
Hello.
Okay, hi, Rachel.
I have my son on my lap, so he might be jumping in here.
Oh, is this good, or do you want to go at another
time? Good.
Okay.
It's not going to get better.
Okay. So, you guys, I am super excited for you guys to hear from Rachel. So, Rachel just promoted to Double Diamond. Will you just give us a little, tidbit about yourself, how long you've been in this business for, and how this business has changed your life?
Okay. So I'm Rachel Wilkins. I am from California, but I just moved up to Washington, and I have been in the business since March. So what's that, like 7-8 months? This will be my 8th month, I think. I joined this business because we were so broke. Like, I made my husband come down to California, and we tried that business, we tried living there, and it was so expensive, and we just completely like lost all of our savings. And we came up here, and I was like, I need to do something. I need to change. I reached out to Chelsea, and I just wanted just a little bit extra so I can be able to buy my mom car that I needed, because I had a little Kia Forte, and we have snow in Washington, so I was like, I need something that's got 4-wheel drive. And so I just started it. I just wanted to make an extra $500 to have my new car payment. And as the months went by, and before, when I looked at it, I told my husband, I was like, oh my gosh, like Emerald would be so awesome, but that's never going to happen. Like, maybe I'll just do Ruby, like just for my car payment. Oh, yes, sorry. Wait, what? I got off track. Where were we at?
You were saying that you were just going to settle with Ruby.
Yeah, I was going to settle with Ruby. And then so once I got to Ruby, I looked at my charts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can actually get to Emerald. So keep going, fast forward, and I was able to quit my bartending job. I'm able to stay home. I don't have to worry about babysitters anymore. which was like a lifesaver because it was so horrible having to find somebody to be at my house till like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And then I'm now paying off my credit cards. I was able to buy that mom car, and I didn't have to worry. I was able to get like a newer one because of this business, and I didn't have to sell my other car. So I'm going to save that for my daughter when she's ready. And it's just awesome. And now, like, I just wanted enough for that car, and now I can get that. And now I'm making more than my husband, and he works for the police department, and he's just looking at me like, what?
Yeah. That is so amazing. It is so crazy how, I mean, it's crazy how this business, not only, we get in this business just to make a couple $100s extra a month, but, then we start, making so much more money and even, retiring ourselves or our husbands. And so it's so amazing. Yeah, what Court just said in the chat, like Rachel, her husband has been out of state for 10 months or so. So
yeah, he's been gone for 3 months.
For 3 months. Okay. So yeah, so just totally, working your business with your kiddos, and that is a lot, and so again, Rachel made the decision like, okay, I'm going for this. Like, I want this, and I'm going to do what it takes to do it, and we just make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you something, and I totally got sidetracked. Oh, can you tell us how much have you earned in bonuses? Since you've been since March?
I think I was that girl that I missed most of them. Like, I missed Ruby bonus, and I missed the Emerald bonus with the 2 months. And I was like, darn it. Like, I hit Emerald the day before they came out with like extending the Emerald bonus, but I still was able to make like I think it was like $23,500.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
In like 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane. Yeah. And double diamonds, you guys, just so that I know a lot of people are new on here. Double diamonds make an average of $6,000 a month. And Rachel got a $10,000 bonus. Yeah. So amazing. Okay. So can you talk to us a little bit about kind of what it takes? Like, I know, like, even like when I talk to you, throughout the month, you were like, oh my gosh, like this volume, and I'm like, just keep going. Like, you got this. Can you talk to us a little bit about, first of all, your mindset when you're ready to promote or when you're wanting to promote? And again, like, what happens when you get discouraged? Like, what did you personally do to get out of that discouragement so you just didn't give up? Because a lot of times people get a little tiny road bump and then they just quit completely. So talk to us a little bit about that and, just kind of what kept you going.
It definitely has to be, you have to believe in yourself, because when I reached out to you, I think it was like 5 days before the end of the month, and I had 2,000 in volume I needed to get. And a lot of people, like, if they weren't going to be doing the self-development, probably would have quit then. Like, I was so close to being like, all right, I'll just get double next month. Like, but I was having many panic attacks. Me and Alyssa were like calling each other every single day. I was freaking out. I probably cried. I stress ate like crazy, but then I deep cleaned my house, and that's like when I'm like able to like totally think. I stayed up till like 3 a.m, and then like I had an idea, and so I sat down at my desk and I was making this plan at 3 a.m. I'm like, okay, like, I'm gonna do this. We got 5 days left. I'm gonna do this. I played The Secret first in the background while I was doing that. And then I did some other, I forgot the name of it, but it was a really good motivational one about speaking about how God has your plans, and you just have to believe in yourself and trust in Him, and He will guide you through the way. And like, you just have to believe, because I swear, like, it's called like the month end like the magic at the end of the month, but it's nothing really have to doing with like the date. It's just you believing in yourself and you believing in God, and that something's going to happen, and all these LCs will be coming your way. It's crazy. But I reached out to Alyssa, and I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. I think I was surprised that she even responded back to me at 3 a.m. And I was like, this is what we're doing. This. You're doing this. I got this, and we're going to do this. And she's like, okay. Honestly, I forgot what I was going to say now. I forgot. I got so pumped about that moment, but I forgot. But you just have to do self-development. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to do host to post out. Like, we were scared at that moment. Like, what are we going to do? And then I told Alyssa, I'm like, okay, we're sending 50 host to post out right now. And I think it was like 9:30 at night. And we sent out 50 messages, and we actually got like 25 replies. And we were just like, what the heck? Like, how is this people? Like, what are these people doing awake? But it happened, and we were able to get like 5 LCs that night just by asking and trying. Instead of like saying, oh no, it's too late, like we can't do this, like we just tried it.
Yeah. That is so amazing. I love what you said, the magic at the end of the month, because truth, like it truly, like, some reason, and you guys know if you guys have promoted, and like, you know, if you guys have promoted at all, you guys know, like, it just, like, whatever it is, like, you just have people flowing in, and you're like, holy cow, like, where is this coming from? Like, it literally is just like God saying, like, listen, like, let go and let me come in, and I will help you to the end. You know, it's so stinking amazing, and it's like my favorite thing in the entire world. Like, I think that stories where people have like same with bees, when I promoted, like, you have all this volume that you still have to get and all these roadblocks that you're facing, yet it just happens because you are so like, okay, I'm doing this no matter what, and you just do it, and it just happens. And you know what the thing is if it doesn't happen, guess what, that next month you're just that much closer to getting that done. You know what I mean? Just like when Crystal was on here, she didn't get her Ruby on September, but guess what? In October, she nailed it. You know what I mean? She was just that much closer of getting it. So I just love that. I'm going to use that magic at the end of the month. I love that. Do you have any other tips that you want to give? You know, maybe some, you know, if people are like, okay, well, what do we do every day? Like, what are some of your tips? Because I know we give tools out every day. So what are some tips, like, you would give somebody who is just like, well, I don't know what to do, what tasks to do? What would you tell them to go and do?
As tedious as the host posts are sometimes when you're busy and having to send out like all those messages to ask for it, you have to do it. Like, who cares if like, you just have to get the courage and do it. Like, who cares if like half of them don't respond? Who cares if they say no, but they never really do say no. Like, mostly will say yeah, but you just have to have the courage to ask for the host to post, because they will do it. They want to help you, and it's going to happen. Yeah. And then I'm going to say, pray hard. If you're going for a promotion, stay up late. Like, I promise you, it is totally worth it. If you have a busy lifestyle, if you stay up late, a lot of people I noticed actually order like late in the night. I don't know what it is about it, but they're up and they're ready to order something when they're laying in bed.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rachel. You are so amazing. And I'm so excited for you. So congratulations on your double.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. The next person I have is Britt.
Hi.
Britt. Hi, Britt. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Let me put the spotlight on you, my friend. All right, you guys, if you guys do not know Britt, she just started last month, and she is just a stinking rock star. And one thing I love about Britt is that always just so positive and just eager to learn. And it shows, because you guys, in less than 30 days, she went Ruby. So I have so many questions for you as well. But I will just tell one more thing before I let Britt speak. So Britt, I think we met through a host to post, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and she was interested in the products, and we got on the phone to talk about the products. But then I was like, she did a host to post for me, and you had a lot of people, correct? Was that?
Actually, I think I was more interested in buying the cleanse, and I was like, oh, tell me more about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, and then we talked about the business, and she was like, well, I want to, but so anyways, we left off of the phone with her not doing the cleanse or getting into the business. And I'm like, what the heck did I just do? So anyways, we then connected again, through just our posts and follow-ups and all that kind of stuff. And she ended up just signing up. And so that's way, like, I think it's just so important to keep close contact with your potentials, because you just never know when it's going to be their time to join. She told me it wasn't her time yet, and that was totally fine. But when she did decide to join, you guys, she just immediately took off. So yeah. Okay. So Britt, tell us a little bit about yourself. Obviously, you've been in for 30 days now. But what made you decide to just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then what made you decide just to jump in and like put your running shoes on and just go?
Yep. Okay. So I'm Britt. I'm from Minnesota. It is freezing here, by the way, you guys. I'm so jealous of your weather.
I'm on a tank top.
I'm like cold.
Yeah.
And I've got my Christmas decorations up. So anyways, yeah, when I first met you, I was just so inspired. I'm like, gosh, seeing all your posts and seeing just what you were bringing in for income and what you were doing with your business was just so inspiring to me. And I'm like, gosh, I want to start this business, but I don't have the money to do it right now. I'm on such a tight budget. I was like, oh my gosh, I need I think at the time it was $49 to start the business. And I'm like, okay, that's literally coming out
the things in for the bed. Use
of
it.
my spending money. And I really have a limited each week. And I just decided to go with it. I was like, I'm just going to do this. If Amanda can do it and all these other women were doing it, I can do this. And so, obviously I used pretty much the last of my spending money for the next 2 weeks on this. And I decided, it's going to really help me financially if I can get up and going. And basically, with it already, it's giving me a whole new perspective on life. It's giving me so much confidence in myself. And already just ranking up to where I'm at right now. I mean, I never thought I could do it. I was like, there's no way I can get to Ruby. I was really hoping to only get the money for, extra spending cash every month. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what I can to get there, and everything I could do. I mean, I was running from work. I work for my dad's company right now, and I don't love my job. And, I didn't really have any other opportunities to make money. So I decided, this has got to be my chance. Like, this is the only way I can, make that extra money and hopefully get out of it, So, so basically I was running from my office chair to the bathroom, or hosting posts at work, or doing what I could to just make this business happen. So
that's awesome. I love that so much. Because I remember, like, you're just like, well, I would like to make this month by the end of the year. Like, you wanted to get to Ruby by December, and so to do it in 30 days, it's pretty amazing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so can you share us just like some of the tips when you just got started? What are some of your tips that you would recommend a new distributor coming into? Because you're fairly new. So just tell us like exactly kind of what you did. Did you just kind of do the trainings, and then you like what, step by step, kind of what did you do to get to Ruby in 30 days?
Yep. So for me, I really took advantage of the Diamond Dream page. I went on there. I did the core 4 steps. That's so huge when you're starting this business. I realized when I wasn't consistent with that, I noticed that that's when I started getting discouraged. I wasn't getting a lot of LCs. So utilizing that, and the polls right now, you guys, on the page is really holding me accountable. Just like everyone was talking about, like the lists and crossing those things off. It just feels so good. And when you do those things, you see the magic happen. Like it really does happen. And just the other day, I'm like, gosh, I get so nervous asking anybody and everybody to post for me, to host a post, or just messaging people randomly. But I've really gotten past that, because when you do that, you'd be surprised the people that will actually post for you. And I got, just last night, 20 people interested in the cleanse or the triple thread or whatever I posted. I mean, they were all on board. And I think 2 LCs just last night. late at night, just like Rachel said. Mm-hmm.
That's so amazing. And now you can go to that distributor who got all those, you know, comments and be like, hey, or that girl who posted it for you and just be like, hey, you need to try this business with me.
And she's going to too. Actually, she goes, I don't get paid till next week, but guess what? It sounds like I had the potential of doing that. So it's really
amazing.
Yeah.
And you guys, Britt got her conference ticket. Like, she was like, you know what? I am doing this. And so that's what, if you guys notice, like every single person who has been on here who has promoted so far, and we still have a lot of people to talk, but like they are doing the things that, you know, are the tools that are given to them. They're being, being coachable and eager to learn. And, you know, they hear, okay, conference is going to change your business, so they're going to conference. And so finding a way to make this work. And I think that that is just such a huge thing. And, you know, like Britt said, like she is, you know, it's not like she had all this money coming in where she was able to do the conference ticket and able to do all this stuff. But she said, you know what, I know the importance of this, so I'm going to budget this into, you know, to make this work. And so, and she did, and like, look at, and now 30 days, she got to Ruby and just got $1,000 bonus. So amazing. Okay, so you said that you were or that you had like fears about asking people. How did you get over those fears?
I learned to just not care, because a lot of times, majority of my messages, I didn't get responses. I wasn't that lucky for someone to be like, yep, I'll host a post. So what I did, instead of rely on those people, I had to message at least 10 more people for, you know, for someone to at least react and interact. And I'm also learning that opening up my network a little bit more and adding more people is really key, because the people that I do have on my Facebook might be high school friends, or and a lot of negativity I've noticed from, you know, the circle that I have right now. So I'm learning to bring in new people, like-minded and encouraging, you know, that are maybe more on board, because sometimes it's difficult to reach some of the people that you have right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that we talked a little bit about that. How are you finding these people that are more like, you know, people that you want on your page?
So I know I told you, Amanda, I started going to like the keto page, and I realized, you know, that wasn't as easy as I thought. I mean, I went in and I added a bunch of people, and, you know, a lot of them didn't respond well to it. But then I kind of started catering more to like small business owners, women business owners, women that want to support each other. And then girlfriends of mine that had really just supportive groups of people in their life, and adding people that way. You can kind of tell by, you know, their Facebook and what, you know, they put on their Facebook, and the kind of people you want to have in your network or your circle.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys, there's nothing wrong with if you add somebody and you start to see their posts and they're like negative, or they're just like, you know, a Debbie Downer. There is nothing wrong with deleting them and going on. You know what I mean? Like, I will see a post, I'm like, nope, you are off of my network. You know? Because again, your Facebook page is your business now, you know, and you're looking at it every day, and you want to fill it up with positivity and people you can help, and, you know, like-minded people like us. And so I think that that's so key that you learn that right away. Okay, I need to switch gears and add people that I have interest with. So I love that so much. Do you have any other tips that you want to give?
The Zooms, you guys, I encourage the Zooms so much, because when I am feeling, you know, unmotivated or discouraged, or feeling like, gosh, you know, I go on these Zooms and I just feel completely renewed, and I feel like, oh my gosh, that is so encouraging. You know, it's hard to make it to these some nights because it's a little later for me, Central Time, but I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm going to fuel my mind with positivity and encouragement, and really learn something, because every day we should be pushing ourselves to learn more and do the best we can by seeking advice from other people and growing with them and learning from them. So
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. You have so many good nuggets. And I feel like it's so awesome, because you can relate to so many people who just started, you know, and letting them know, you know what, you can do this. Like, yeah, I just did it so you can do this too. You know, I just love that so much. So thank you so much. Emerald this month?
Yes, I'm going emerald. Hopefully skip over emerald and maybe diamond.
Yes, yes. All right, thanks, Britt. Okay, so I have, let's see on my next list, Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you, my friend?
Doing good.
We just had you on our Zoom not too long ago, so clearly you're just a major rock star.
Thank you.
We had you on when you promoted to executive.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
now we have Chelsea back on because she just promoted to Ruby, but not only that, you got your hubby to executive.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is so amazing, my friend. So tell us a little bit about how long you've been in this business and what are some tips that you have for people who are wanting to promote this month? What are some action tips you have for them?
Okay, so I started this business a little before October, and I kind of literally didn't expect to join. I had never heard of It Works before. I saw Courtney's post on one of my other friends' page. My friend did host a post for Courtney, and it was about the cleanse. And I asked her some things, and I was like, "Oh, I'll think about it," but it was just kind of done. And then, I think the next day or 2 days later, I saw that she was like, "How would you like to make money from home?" And I'm like, "Boom, I'm in." I didn't need to be talked to about it because my husband and I were trying to figure out what I could do anyway. And I'm so tired of working my day job all the time. And I work for a company. I've been there for 9 years, and I've kind of gotten to a point now to where I know I don't want to be there anymore. At first it was really fun, and now it's just not so fun all the time. So I want to work from home and stay home with my kids. That's my ultimate goal. And Courtney is helping me gain, confidence in myself. And she's like, "Oh, you can totally do this by December." And I'm like, "Okay, I believe you." We're just gonna go for it. The tips that I have for everybody is honestly just confidence and going past, it's self-development, and then just kind of getting out of your comfort zone. For me, I literally was so worried about what other people were thinking of me. My Facebook page was all people from my high school and people that I didn't know if they heard of it before, but I started asking for host to post and stuff, and they were like, "No," right off the bat, or "That stuff doesn't work," or all this stuff. And I was like, "Okay, well, if you're not going to support me in my business now, you're not going to do it later. And you're supposed to be my friend. So I'm just going to unfriend you, and I'm going to add more people who actually like me and want to help me." So I kind of started revamping my network, to be honest with you. I just took off people that I knew weren't going to support me or were going to make it hard for me all the time. And I went and found people who, every person that said that they were interested, I added to my network. Everybody that liked my post, I just make sure that I added, and I followed up with these people and just gradually added people all the time that I just knew were interested,
Yeah,
So.
That's awesome. So you grew your network like crazy.
I tried, yeah.
What are some, how did you get over the fear? Because I think that's a huge thing. We all have it. I had that when I came into this business, is I had the fear of what other people's opinions were going to be of me. So what were some of the things, how did you get over that fear? Because I know that that's a huge thing when people first join.
Well, I made it a point to kind of do self-development in small ways. It's not like I watched a lot of videos or anything like that. I would just go on Google and put in motivational quotes, and I would read a motivational quote that I felt connected to. And I was like, "You know what? That's right." And it would remind me slowly, why I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. And so I got to a point to where I was like, "You know what? I don't care anymore. If I'm going to go ahead and send these things to you, and if you don't respond, that's totally fine. We're still friends. But if you respond negatively, I'm just going to try to keep it on a same good level playing field." And and then now it just gets easier. Everything just gets easier to ask for things. I notice, obviously, we post all the time, 3 to 4 times a day. Or if I used to post a lot and I realized I didn't need to do that. So I just got to the point to where I need to ask people, because posting's not asking. So I need to get out there and ask people "Hey, have you heard of this before? Or are you interested in this cleanse? Or did you know that I'm doing this? We have this awesome gift card." And so then people were like, "No, tell me more." And then it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And I completely agree. If we don't ask, we don't get. And that's just in life in general. If we're if we want something from our spouse, then, or if we want our kids to do something, or our, colleague or our friend, if we don't ask them, they're never going to know. Right.
Right.
We need to ask people in this business. It goes so much more beyond just posting. So I love that so much. Okay, let me look at the questions again. Sorry, I got to be correct. I was just making my own questions for you. Just want to make sure I don't skip anything. Okay, so let's see. How important do you feel the Zooms are, and what are like the action steps that you do each day? So I know that you post and you grew your network. Are you big into host to post?
Huge into host to post. I try to get out at least 20 to 30 messages a day. I do work a full-time job, and I do have 2 children, 10 and 3. So I'm trying not to be on my phone all the time, even though sometimes I notice I'm like, I'm sorry, I got to figure that out. Yeah. But otherwise, like, it's really important to me to get people to spread my name out there. And that way, I want people to trust me in my products and what we're doing. And it's really important to me that I stay authentic to myself, and that I'm not just some person trying to like spread crazy marketing stuff. Like, I'm not trying to turn into this big person. I just want to be someone who, people can turn to when they're looking to meet goals. That's what I want to do. So as long as people are saying my name, be like, dude, I know this girl, like, that's what I want. So
that's how you know that you're being consistent. That's how you know, like, when people refer people to you, okay, I know I'm doing my job every day.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's so awesome. Do you have any other tips to give if somebody's like if whoever's trying to promote this month? Because let's just face it, we are all trying to promote this month, right?
Yes, we are, definitely. My thing is making sure, like, especially with my team and everybody, just watch these trainings, tune into everything. Because even when you're discouraged, like, you guys, these girls are empowering. You guys are also empowering. That, like, watching for just 30 minutes, I get like, yeah, I'm back on track. And I'm like so excited. And so I even posted about this, like, after a Zoom once. I was just like, you guys have no idea. I just met these incredible ladies, and they're nothing like what I've seen before. Like, you guys keep me motivated. So it's very important to me to have you guys know that, you should definitely tune into these Zooms and any training that you can do, as well as just go out of your comfort zone every day. Try to go live every now and then. Try to ask people to post for you, because if you don't do that, then people aren't going to think that you're real. You got to be genuine about everything, and only people know you when you're going live. They can't hear you when you're typing all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your tips.
You're welcome.
Coming on again with us. I'm sure we'll have you next month as an emerald.
Yeah, let's hope.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, my friends. Okay, so let's see, I think I have Amy, and then I don't know if Kathy's on. I didn't see her on. So we will have Amy. Hi, my friend. Hi. Okay.
Can you hear me?
All right. And sorry, you guys, we're running a little bit late, we're not quite, it's not quite 8, but we're going to go a little bit over. So hopefully that's okay. But there's so many good nuggets. So I'm excited for you guys to hear from Amy, which also Amy just started, you guys, and she promoted to one of our leadership rings, which is Diamond. And I just had the pleasure just to get to know Amy and work alongside with her, and just a complete rock star. So Amy, will you tell us a little bit about yourself, and again, like, what made you get into this business and just kind of dive in?
Okay, yeah, I'm from Arizona. Amanda, you got me to be a loyal customer, I think maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. So I started out trying the products, and I think it was end of July is when you asked me if I wanted to join the business. And at that point, it was a perfect time to ask me, because we were going through some financial hard times. My husband, he owns his own business, and he wasn't getting paid by customers for like 2 months. So I was just ready to not be broke anymore. And I decided, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to give it my all for at least a year. So that's what I did. I decided to do it, and I jumped right in.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I love what you just said, that you had the mindset coming in this business not to be a short term, what am I going to make in a week, but you had the mindset that you're going to join this business and you're going to give it a year and you're going to see what it happens. Because you guys, I will tell you, there is such a huge night and day in this, like night and day with people in this business, people who join and they're like, okay, how fast can I make money in a week? If they don't make that money in a week, they quit. Or people with the mindset, okay, I'm going to give this time, I'm going to give this consistency and see what this business does for me in a year, and we'll go from it there. And I love that, because look at where you're at now. You know, it's a complete mindset. And so I am so glad that you said that, because it's so true. Like, you guys have the mindset that you're going to give this a business a year. It will change your life, because you're thinking, okay, what do I need to do each day? How am I going to make this work? And you're just giving, you know, you're treating this like a business instead of just like a quick, you know, get rich kind of thing. That's not what this is. You could make money fast, but again, it's a business. It's going to take time. So have that mindset that, you know, you're going to give this business a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, like, what are some of your action steps that you do each day? Because you've been in this for now 3 months.
Yeah, just a little bit over 3 months. So,
okay. So
yeah.
3 months, and you have gotten, you know, you went Emerald last month.
Yeah.
Emerald last month, and then Diamond, or I'm sorry, Emerald in September, Diamond in October.
Yep. I went twice. It was Executive 1 month, and then I went Ruby to Emerald all in 1 month.
Yeah.
So that was last, right? Yeah. So self-development is huge for me too. I really wasn't into I mean, I liked self-development, but I hadn't really been consistent with it. And it's so funny because about a week before Amanda reached out to me, I watched The Secret, and I hadn't watched that in 10 years. And it was just like, I decided I'm going to change my whole mindset, because I've been working at my company for 18 years and just kind of a negative environment. Even though I work from home, it's just, I'm not happy there. So I decided I'm going to change my whole mindset. And that's when Amanda reached out to me. So this whole self-development thing, I start my day with it. And if I start my day with it, I'm totally motivated throughout the day. And then I work 40 hours a week. So I try to you know, post and follow up with people, do my host to post throughout the day, like on my lunches and breaks. And yeah, I just do the core 4. And anytime I get a chance, my kids are all in after school programs or sports. So while they're at practice, I make sure that if there's a Zoom, I jump on the Zoom, and I work during that time. So I didn't think I was going to have the time for it, to be honest, but when I said I'm going to do it for a year, I was all in. So I will jump on a Zoom while I'm cooking dinner for the kids. I'll have my headphones in. So I don't know, just making time for it.
Yeah, well, what you have done is you're treating this like a business, just like a regular, you know, just like a normal job. If we go in there and we're like, you know what, I'm just going to see how this works, and you guys work and you just sit back and not do anything, well, you're going to get fired. Same with this business. If you do not treat this like a business, guess what? You're going to get fired. Your business isn't going to work, and you're not going to make any money. And so I love that you just came in and you're like, okay, I'm just going to give this a shot. And you know, the same thing I can say about every single person who have promoted this past month, and everyone who has talked, like, you guys, every single one of them are coming to the team trainings. Every single one of them are coachable and saying, hey, this host to post works for me. Let's try it. And guess what? Then they try it. And it's just being open to the idea that this business will work for you if you work it. And that's truly what it is. And the other thing, you guys, is that, you know, not only, you know, does Amy do, you know, the core 4 and come to the trainings and all that kind of stuff, but now she knew as soon as she started getting distributors underneath her, then she started leading them and was involved with them. And so I think that that's a huge thing too. So can you talk to us a little bit about how you, obviously you promoted to Diamond, but you have a team underneath you. So how close do you work with your team? How do you help them get their 4 customers? Because obviously it's not, it's a team effort. So can you talk to us a little bit about, what you do with your team?
Yeah, I try to stay, in contact every day with my team and make sure that they know that I'm always here. If they have any questions, just helping them like with their self-development and just with our group messaging. I don't know, I was not really a big leader before this because I've worked at home for so long and I've sat at my computer and basically worked with myself, but it's been really good working with the team. You just have to work closely and be there for them when they need you. So
yeah, that is so awesome. And then one more thing, because you guys, I will tell you, I think it was Amy came to me like, I don't know what it was, maybe like a week and a half before like month end, and still needed like a ton of volume. Like it was a lot of volume. And I was like, okay, well, what's your game plan? And she was like, well, I'm going to get it done. Like it's going to happen. And so right then and there, like I knew it was going to happen for her because she said like, even though yes, and I can't remember the exact amount I could probably go through here, but it was a lot of volume that you still needed.
Yeah.
And because a lot of new people were coming onto her team that still need those 400 boxes. And so again, it was that end of the month magic where, not only were her team getting their 4 customers, but, customers were coming into her. And I think it was like a couple days before month end, you got like, she had like 500, over like 500 volume in like one day. And you guys, that's what it takes, is just believing in it and just knowing like, okay, I'm going to do this, whether I have to, get 2 hours of sleep or not, but I know I'm going to do this and I'm, and it's just going to happen. And,
that's where,
oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say that's where a couple of the things that we talked about already tonight came in. It was I think I had 2 full days left before the end of the month. And like you said, I had a lot of volume and I was feeling discouraged, and I decided to jump on that Zoom, and that Zoom totally pumped me up. Like, I think it was probably 5 different girls talking about how you can do this at the end of the month, just pray, think positively, and so I got off that Zoom and I sat there and I prayed and I almost like meditated and just like, it sounds weird, but like envisioned me getting that promotion. And I stayed up late and I worked. And then the next day, I literally woke up and within an hour, somebody reached out to me and bought like over 115 BV. And it was just like that all day long. So there's something to say about those Zooms, for one, and just thinking positively and knowing that you can do this.
Yeah, that is so amazing. And I want to say, because I can like see your thing, your numbers and stuff, but I want to say like a couple days, like it was like either 3 or 4 days before, like I remember you needed like 1,900 volumes still. And then it just like came. And so I completely agree. And I love the fact that you brought up The Secret too, because that is what I really truly feel like, helped me get to presidential. I watched it every single day, a little bit of it. And visualizing yourself, like just believing in yourself, like knowing and seeing it, like visualizing yourself, like there is something to it. And just try it. If you don't believe us, like literally just try it and, see what it does for you.
It totally does. I tell my sister all the time, I'm like, just, visualize it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So amazing. Do you have any other tips that you want to give? Any other advice, like tuning into obviously you said trainings, like team page, host a post? What are some of like your action tips you have?
I definitely be coachable, because
the people that have promoted, they know what they're doing. And the core four, be in contact with your team, ask questions. If you're, just try to make the Zooms and the trainings, and just be consistent. That's the biggest thing, is being consistent and adding to your network, and people will come back to you. People that you don't even think are watching you will come to you and say, I've been watching you for the last 2 months, and just because you're consistent, they see your post and they see you talk about it. So
yeah, definitely. That is so amazing. I'm so proud of you. What's your goal this month?
I would like to make double diamond, but yeah.
That is so amazing. No buts, just
Yeah.
No, it's so awesome. And just, what is so cool too is when you start getting to, the people that your team underneath them, then it's like you want that for them. You want to help them get that $5,000 or the $1,000 Ruby bonus. You want them to get that $5,000 Emerald bonus. It's like we want this for our team. It's we get in this business for us, selfishly for us, because we want to make money. Like there's nothing wrong about that. Like we want to make money, and we get into this business for that. But then when your team when you start making money and your team underneath you starts wanting that too, it's like you want that so bad for them. And that's what it's about. Like that's when you're going to see your business just skyrockets. When you have like that serving mindset that like, okay, now I am helping my team get there. You'll just see that your business just kind of organically just builds. And it's really amazing.
I think you read my mind, because that's what I was thinking when I said double diamond. I was thinking my team too. I want them to get there.
Yeah, so awesome. Well, thank you, Amy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you guys. Okay, I think I was going to have Kathy come on, but I think she's been sick. I don't think she's on. But Kathy also, you guys, she is amazing. We'll have to have her go live on our team page. She got to Ruby in like 18 or 19 days, you guys. And literally like every single one of her customers, will have to have her go live, because every single one of her customers were like 80 to, above. Like just crazy. Like she'd be like, oh yeah, I just got 4 customers and it was X amount of volume. So we'll definitely have to have her go live on how she gets huge amounts of volume, because I want her to teach me as well. Okay, my friends, I am so proud of each and every one of you guys, because you guys are making this, a priority. And, when you do that, like you will see that this business is just going to work for you. And I will tell you guys, if you listen and you guys took notes, like I have notes on every single person, it's pretty much the same information: consistency, belief, mindset, coachable, coming to our team page and learning, coming to the Zooms. And it's just consistency. Like this business is very repetitive, right? It's very like you do the same thing every single day. It's repetitive. So it just takes that consistency. And so those of you guys who are new in this business, I just encourage you, continue coming to the Zooms. If for some reason you can't make it, watch it the next day, or watch it that night when you get off of work. But it all takes learning. And I will tell you guys, like, I make it a point to learn every single day. And that's why, like, you guys teach me. And I'm like, I want to hear from you guys, because, not only, I know I heard a lot that, these Zooms pump you guys up and motivate you guys. Like, it does for me too. And that will never change when we are in this business. Like, this is a growing business. And no matter where you're at in this business, whether you just started or you've been in this like ancient, like I have for 5 years, like you are always eager for more goodness. And so I'm just proud of you guys for taking the time out, because I know we are all busy. But again, making this something as a priority, just like anything else, if you want it, then we just work for it. So does anybody have questions? Or I was trying to read through the comments. I don't think that there was many questions on here. Kelly asked, what kind of things do you do to expand your network? And Britt kind of talked about that a little bit. So she might have answered that, but same thing, kind of what Britt said, is just, going to different groups, going to friends of friends who you feel have an awesome network that are like-minded like you, making sure that you are adding people who, just have the same kind of values. And you don't know that until really you add them, but that's the beauty of that button that's delete. You just delete them off of there. So I do add people fairly quickly, but then I kind of reevaluate whether I want to have them on my page or not. Okay, does anybody have any other questions? I'm kind of looking through here a little bit. So, okay, I think if you guys have questions, just let me know. One more thing, just some laundry list things. I know people are jumping off because it's getting late, but we are doing a 30-day video challenge, and I know some people started yesterday. I started it today because I've been sick, but I have a little thread going on, so we can just like give some tips of, what we posted for or what we went live for that day. But you don't have to do it, but if you want to, it's just gonna help get out of your comfort zone, just help get over that fear, and we can just kind of do it together. But literally going live is so huge for, letting people know what your network is, and getting to know you, getting the word out, asking, that kind of thing. It does not have to be about it works. It could be about your kids. It could be about the plant that you just planted. It could be about how you're putting on makeup. It could be about the workout you just did, the breakfast you just ate. You could go live cooking, literally anything. But what it's going to do is it's going to open up your network, and it's going to get your network to start, following you. Just think of something that you can bring value to, okay? And then Britt said, the Amazon giveaway. Thanks, Britt, because my mind, I just forget things. So the Amazon giveaway, go live on there. But also, we are at 300 right now. If anybody, we can keep it going. So if anybody still wants to donate, we can just keep it going and make one gift card a little bit more. But we're going to do 3 giveaways, and they're each going to be $100. But I'm just saying, I'm not even giving an amount, you guys. I'm just saying Amazon Christmas giveaway. That's what I'm saying, because it doesn't matter the amount. People love free regardless. And then anything else I'm missing, you guys? I think that those were the 2 things. The units, you guys, make sure you utilize the units and send your new distributors to the units. There's so many good information. And Jen Weatherly, another leader on this team, she just posted some posts for the units, some opportunity posts, and then also lifestyle posts, and then also some product posts. So make sure you guys utilize that. And then I think that that's about it, you guys. Thank you guys for sharing your night with us. Everyone who talked, thank you guys, and congratulations for everyone who just rocked October. November, you guys, let's blow October out of the water, and let's just make November the best month ever. So I'm super excited for you guys, praying for you guys daily, and I just love you all to pieces. All right, my friend. Good night. Have a good night, guys.